Friday, Relationship Freedom Friday, which it has to be my favorite day of the week. And today in this episode, if you are new to me, we are going to be talking about soul family, soulmate relationships, soul family influence, and soul tribe impact. We talk about soul clients, but we leave that for Sundays, for Financial Freedom Sunday. So this YouTube podcast is all about living intentionally. I want to share with you how I'm living intentionally and what I feel like is success for me. And I'd love to know what success means for you in terms of not only in your light work, but your lifestyle. For me, my lifestyle and the relationships that I have really do fuel me. And one of the things that I want to actually share with you on this episode is coming from the space of what's been going on for me. And again, I'd love to know what's been going on for you, but just how much the relationships that you have around you for your soul family and your soul tribe impact the light work that you do in the world. As a light worker, as a service-based business owner, as a spiritual entrepreneur, I have a big vision and a soul mission. You may have a big vision and a soul mission, and your soul, you feel called to fulfill that in the world, and that is going to take relationships. And the relationship with you is the where everything starts, right? Your vibration, your thoughts, your feelings about you, about your capabilities, about who you are, who your own identity. All those things really do come into play, I believe, for Relationship Freedom Friday and having that soul family influence and that soul tribe impact. Now, every single day I go live on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So I'd love if you would subscribe if you haven't already. Share this episode out, because I believe that we get what we need to get and hear what we need to hear in any given moment. And so the biggest compliment that I have, I think, is when people say, I love your mind. I'm like, you love my mind. And I had that today, and I was like, people say that, and I don't really know why, but I get to express what is on my mind on my daily live and in this YouTube podcast. So hopefully you'll find it of value, and those that you share it with. And thank you for everyone who has subscribed, new subscribers. And thank you for everyone who has shared or commented on my episodes. I really do appreciate you. And yesterday was Environmental Freedom Thursday, and I was talking about teaching online and traveling while we teach and showing up right consistently and where we show up. And I had to cut the episode short, and I don't know how much you guys heard where I was saying relationships, right? So it's Relationship Freedom Friday. And on a Friday, I will set intentions for the next week for my relationships. And I'll share more about that as we go through this episode. And I reflect back on the relationships that I've had and my relationship with me. And that's what I invite you to do. As a result of this, coming and listening to this podcast, actually journaling, get my journal out, actually journaling. This has turned into my video journal, actually journaling your journey out. And I call this the Soul Legacy Journal. So as the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy and host of the Soul Legacy TV, I'm all about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. And I call it this 365 days of your spiritual awakening story, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. I believe with the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, I can support you in your spiritual awakening and reminding you to use your own spiritual ascension tools. This is what I use for my spiritual awakening, and alchemizing that and turning your wounds into wisdom and actually imparting your gifts on the world, in the world. So when I look back at relationships, like I say, I set intentions for the relationship. So yesterday was a really significant day for who I call my soul daughter. And she rang in the middle of the episode, and I was like, oh, and she did tell me she was going to ring. And she did tell me that her driving test was at 11:11. So that was a sign. I remember my daughter getting her test at 11:11 on my sister's birthday. She didn't take it then, but she's like, Mom, look, So she got it at 11:11. So I knew that my YouTube podcast is at 11:11, but I'd gone a little bit later yesterday. And I hadn't actually been doing the YouTube podcast for a couple of weeks. And it was the first time that I was on. And when she rang, I didn't answer, but it cut out the audio, it cut out the sound. And so for those of you who were on with me, I apologize. And for those of you who've watched that episode or listened to that episode, apologies. But when I think of my vision and what I have on my vision board, and my big vision and mission, as I say, is to have that soul family influence and that soul tribe impact. And if I can impact and impart on you as part of my soul tribe and soul family, is that family first, right? And I know that you have that family first, excuse me. And sometimes we worry about in our business, like, will our business take over our life? And like, can we have that light work and lifestyle balance? I take my business very seriously. However, family first. And so I don't know if you were able to hear in the moment that my soul daughter had rang for her driving lesson. And she, like I said, she told me, and she said that her driving instructor's like, you know, whoever you need to ring. And she's like, there's one person that I'm going to call. She's the only person that I'm going to call. And that was me. And I was like, okay. So not to talk out her business, but her mum has passed and her auntie that raised her is no longer with us on the earthly plane. So it's a big deal. So to share that moment with her. And I said, oh, I was on the live. And she's like, sorry. I said, nah, it's fine. And she's like, that meant the world to her, you know, that I would put that moment and cherish that moment with her and put that first. All that to say, yesterday I was talking about one of our fellow YouTube creators, talking about her life and how she built her business model. And thank you for the comment on yesterday's episode that you'd watched that. I didn't name the YouTube creator, but telling the story, if you know anything about the YouTube space, then you might have heard of it. And so I don't follow a lot of people. I'm not subscribed to a bunch of people either, but I managed to hear it. And so I was talking about that, and I talked about it extensively in building the spiritual business model that not only has that soul family influence, meaning that you, when you have a big vision and mission, that for me, I'm living a legacy. So my daughter, my granddaughter, my soul daughter, my nieces, my nephews, etc., are watching me, right? They're watching me go after my dreams. They're watching me how I build a business model. And the YouTube creator that was talking about the life and the business that she created financial freedom, but it was like creating another job, more than a job. It was not even a 9 to 5. It was a 24/7. That's what it felt like. And I didn't want to create that. So what I want to do is reflect on, and for you to reflect on your vision and remind yourself every single day as you come to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, what is your vision for each area of your life? Now, today is Relationship Freedom Friday. And every single Friday, we come back and we reflect how you're launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day in terms of your relationships and the relationship with you first, and then setting intentions. So what I want to do is invite you to think of your vision. And if you've done my spiritual business vision board challenge, I talk about manifesting life work balance in 7 areas of your personal life, your light work, and your lifestyle. So they are contribution freedom. I go live on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, talking about, again, spiritual business success, talking about contribution. And when we bring relationship into contribution, we have to have a relationship with the people that we want to serve, right? And I talk about, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep with the people that you're here to serve. In health freedom, the relationship with you, how important your health is to you, and really looking after yourself. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it more on Health Freedom Tuesday. Emotional freedom, when we pair that with relationship, there's nothing like relationships, other people to trigger this out of you, like, and invoke so many emotions, right? And again, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about it a little bit today, what's been going on for me. But this is what I think about every single Friday. Environmental freedom is Thursday, which is like, what environments do you have the vision to be in, and who with, and when? and where. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, we're powerful manifestors. And again, I'll talk about what's going on for me, so I'll reflect. The spiritual freedom in terms of the relationship with source, higher self, soul self, looking at the world through the lens of your soul rather than being pushed and pulled by the humanness, right? And then your relationship with money. And I liken this to, or I think of this in terms of the level of impact. Our income, our financial freedom depends on the level, has a direct correlation to the level of contribution. I talk about that in my book. So if you haven't had a look at my book, you haven't read it, in the show notes in the description, I will leave it for you. And for those of you who've left me a review, thank you. And if you have yet to leave a review or read the book, then I invite you to. And I will have more book launch videos on my YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, which I will leave these around the cards in the show notes as well. So this is called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. Now, we know that video is the way to go, and I'm here on my YouTube channel, also streaming out on the other socials. And I was talking about this in my mastermind yesterday about streaming out and being on video, not just doing a Facebook Live, but leveraging your YouTube channel to speak to all the socials, to have relationships and continuous relationships. And I talk about that in the book of when you are contributing in the world, depending on how many people you contribute will depend on your financial freedom. And I don't mean just giving like free content. I mean as in serving, as people enrolling. So when I look at my bank balance, I'm like, okay, how have I served? What's going in and out? So, you know, like when we have a job, we do so many hours, we do so much service, and we get the money back. Now, as many light workers, as service-based business owners, spiritual entrepreneurs, we have a fear of our own gifts, right? Or not feeling good enough, feeling like an imposter, feeling like a fraud, all those things. Have you ever felt them? Feeling like fear, having fear of failure, success and selling. And I had to flip all of that. And I just focused on being in service first. And again, I'll talk about that more on Financial Freedom Sunday. But it is the relationship with you that has you feel worthy or not, right? So let's talk about, or me reflect on, one, how I feel. How do you feel in terms of the relationship between you, the relationship with your soul tribe, the relationship with your soul clients, soul family, all the relationships that you can think of. Now, I have, excuse me, my relationships on my vision board, and I will talk about some of the relationships now. I've got notes that I wrote down today. As stuff comes up for me, I just will share it, right? And so I was writing down this morning because I was online. And so again, the 7 freedoms frequency cover those areas, and I call them the cheers to financial freedom frequency. It's my soul signature system for living an intentional life. I call them the intentional living codes. So the cheers to financial freedom frequency, meaning that I want to support you in raising your vibration, right? Around every single area of your life, not leaving any area of your life out. So when I was working this morning, living intentionally, like I'd set my schedule, and I'll talk about that again as we go through this episode. How you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day in alignment with your vision. So on my vision board, I have relationships, right? With soul clients, with soul family, my daughter, my soul daughter, my granddaughter, my son still is in spirit, if you guys don't know. He made his transition almost 9 years ago. It'll be 9 years in April, and I can't believe I even say it out loud. Like, I'm the youngest of 7. I have a bunch of nieces and nephews. I have 4 godchildren. I just have a lot of relationships around me, and so they mean the world to me. And again, families first. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate it. It doesn't say that anybody's on, but I do appreciate the relationship, you just being here with me, even for a second, even for a few minutes. I really, really do appreciate it. I want to build more relationships globally, right? So when I think of the relationships in my personal life, and I think of relationships in my online, building those relationships, I want to reflect on them. I have them on my vision and at my vision board. However, like the YouTube creator said when she was just burnt out, sometimes we put those on the back burner. And I didn't want to. I wanted to build a business where I could have that life work balance. Well, I say light work and lifestyle balance. And there was a time, don't get me wrong, that when I went through my spiritual awakening and my dark night of the soul and all the things, I cut everyone off. I was like, dude, I can't even talk to you. Like, I don't relate. I don't resonate. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't even know who these people are. And they probably felt the same with me. I was like, I've just been put. I felt like well, I wouldn't say put, because we make the decision to come to this earthly plane in the family that we were born into, right? But I was just like, who put me here? Evidently me, but that's how I felt. And as I've gone through my awakening journey and I've used my spiritual ascension tools and I've grown and I've come to this place of alchemizing my spiritual gifts and not being in a place of frustration, I can appreciate the relationships with me. And so when I look back over this last week, and again, I was working this morning, and this lady who is from my hometown, who I got onto a co-author enrollment call, just a co-author call actually, to see if she'd be right for the co-author book series. And we had so many synchronicities. I talked about it at the time, and I won't reveal her name. Anyway, we've just got that connection. I love hearing her voice because she sounds like me. And it's nice to have people all over the world, but also in the UK. So I was like working. It was quite early. It was before 8 o'clock this morning. I was up, so it's fine. But I got a message. It's not that I have to actually respond to that message, but not that many people message me that early in the morning, unless you're like across the seas. And so for somebody in the UK to message at like that time, I was like, oh, and I just felt something, right? You know, when you just nudged. Anyway, there is a point to this. So I was like, oh, okay. So I messaged back, and it was around the monthly call that I have for the Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs and Lightworkers Networking Group and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, the free monthly networking call. That's where I want to call in relationships and have a conversation with you guys, right? Again, the link will be around here. Jump on my masterclass and I'll give you the link to the monthly call, or go to soullegacyacademy.com, and you'll see in the header our monthly call. It's our networking call. It's free. It happens on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. Excuse me. So with that said, she messaged me. I listened to the message. I'm not going to tell you what was in the message, but the long and short of it was, I was like, okay, well, you know, you can schedule the call. I'm inviting her into the call. Would love to have her energy in the call, on the call. And as I, my Mac just keeps going off. As I thought of her in the message, she was talking about shamanic healing and stuff. And I was like, oh, and I'd had our lead soul guided instructor, Kalini, her group up. She's got shamanic soul sisters. So I was like, oh, it was just like when she messaged, it was just that divine timing. That's the window that I had open. So I screenshot it and I said, oh my gosh, this is the energy. When you come to the monthly call, this is our lead soul guided instructor, a soul sister, who's gonna just bring her energy to the call and her gifts and stuff, because like she's just amazing and she does things that I don't do. And I was like, what timing, divine timing, the nudge that you've built relationships that are just pure gold, and serving your soul tribe in a way. You are not the only person that has to serve your soul tribe. And I was talking about this yesterday, as in creating joint vision partnerships. And by that, I mean, in the industry, it's called joint venture partnerships. And I was like, oh, I don't want to create joint venture partnerships and list build. I wanted to create joint vision partnerships and legacy build. And so I know that my soul tribe resonate with building a legacy. They want to like make a difference in the world, because that's what I want to do. And so the message was just so timely. And then I looked on the online calendar on my emails. I got an email saying that she's scheduled for the call. And I'm just like, that's what I wanted to do. I want to build the relationship one conversation at a time. And I'm so honored and so blessed to be able to hold a space for spiritual women entrepreneurs and light workers to network, to come together to build relationships. Relationship Freedom Friday makes the world go around. And when you're clear on your own vision and your own movement and your own message and the money that you want to earn in your business, then you can collaborate. And that's what I teach, to collaborate, have those joint vision partnerships. So that was one that was this morning. I was like, oh, I love Relationship Freedom Friday. So that was one, me reflecting. So when I reflect back on the last week and you reflect back on your last week, where are relationships coming into your life in alignment with your vision? Again, if you have not done my vision board challenge, please do it because it'll resonate. This is day 5. It's a 7-day vision board, spiritual business vision board for manifesting more life-work balance. I walk my talk. I create that vision board and I update it every December. The second week in December, I go live on my YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Because not only will you get notified when I do go live, but this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast is the follow-on from that 7-day YouTube challenge. It's the follow-on. There's nobody else out in the world that does a vision board annually for over 7 days for these 7 areas of your life, the 7 Freedoms Frequency, Cheers to Financial Freedom Frequency, to support you in raising your vibration, and follows through with you for the whole entire year. There's nobody out there that does that. And I wanted that when I was going through my spiritual awakening. I don't know why my mic's going on and off, but it's distracting me. Excuse me. Oh, it's probably the mouse. All right. So that's like, I just wanted to like follow on for myself and build those relationships. So the relationship with, again, soul family, soul clients, soul tribe. What else is going on for me this week? When you look back, what relationships are coming in? So for me, I'm reaching out and inviting you guys to the call. For my immediate self family, I want to handle all of the relationships and what's been going on for me. Last week, I actually was asked to be a girlfriend. At 50, I'm actually a girlfriend. And it talks about manifesting, and I'm going to share this on my YouTube channel. Manifesting my soulmate and my husband. And I was not just, I got asked to be a girlfriend. I was like, I'm dating for marriage. And so I'm not casually dating. So I don't know what people put, labels people put on, or assumptions that people make. And I'm like, nah, dude. So this was Valentine's Day. It's Friday today. That was Wednesday. I'm like manifesting that and actually saying yes, obviously, is a beautiful thing. And then having a phone call yesterday is what happened, from someone that I was talking on the dating app that didn't actually step up in the way that would be in alignment with me, in a way that would be compatible with me. And when I said that to him, he's like, we are compatible. I'm like, not in the 7 Freedoms Frequency way, not in living an intentional life way. And again, the relationships that we allow in our life will impact the way that we show up. It will impact our purpose. It will impact our calling. It will impact our energy. It will impact all our finances. It will impact everything. So I wanted to be really super mindful of who I said yes to. Excuse me. And that's why over this last couple of weeks, I was just discerning, like, is this the person for me? Will they fit into my life? Will I fit into their life? And I've done a lot of processing. I would say that we've both done a lot of processing because it's a joint thing, right? But it matters. So getting the phone call yesterday, I will tell it in the book. And I said to him, you will be in the book. You're a day late, like for Valentine's Day, like whatever. It's just such a beautiful story that comes full circle when we're online and we're on, and we're thinking we've got to accept and say yes to things that we don't want to really say yes to because we think that we haven't got an option. Like, that's not the one. I have hard boundaries very hard boundaries, which I lay out all the time. And my soul clients, my soul tribe have said over the years, gosh, Iona, your boundaries are fierce. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that's a boundary. Okay, well, I have boundaries. Where are you setting boundaries in your relationships? Energetic boundaries and values being in alignment. If somebody is not in alignment with your vision, let them go. Like, let them go. Either let them go completely or let them be by the wayside. I had to let a lot of conversations, a lot of people flow through in terms of me manifesting and manifesting my person. It's just been, I wouldn't even, I was going to say an amazing journey. It's been hard. It's been hard to discern. And it's just beginning. The work, the soul work's just beginning. So that's been what's been going on for me this week. In my mastermind, calling in you guys. So if you guys are watching this on the replay, I have a monthly call for my students, for my boot campers and my masterminders for the Seven Freedoms Frequency. It's called the Seven Freedoms Frequency Call-in Gym. And I want to support you guys in moving from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness in terms of all areas. Excuse me. Yes, in terms of money, but prospering in every area of your life. And again, when I was talking yesterday about the YouTube creator, I'm just going to have a sip of my decaf coffee. Hang on. Well, I've got to be mindful not to do that too quickly because I'll choke. When I was talking about the YouTube creator saying that her life, basically she didn't really love anymore after investing in this mentor, that mentor, this mentor. That is not my goal. My goal is to walk my own talk, excuse me, and see where I'm out of balance or in balance and support you in doing the same. So I have the Seven Freedoms Frequency Call-in Gym, which I gift my students. If you come to my masterclass, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, again, the links will be in the show notes in the description, and the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. If you are on the masterclass and you sign up for my bootcamp or my mastermind, then I will gift you that if you're on the live. If you're an early bird, I don't just give it to everyone because I'd be overwhelmed with the numbers. But I do gift that to my students. I want every single student to have that, right? Relationships matter to me. What else has been going on? I had a conversation with my sister. I think this was in the last week. Well, it was in since I've been on live. And I am honoured and really grateful. My sister and I have different values. We have the same values because we were raised in the same family, but we have different values, different views on things. And over the years, she's 7 years older than me. I've got a lot of love for my sister, but we're very different people. I say, and she's like, "No, let me stop you right there." She'd say if she watched this, she's like, "Let me stop you right there." but we do, and I think because of the timing as well, like 7 years is like a big chunk of time. So I see the world differently. I think I see the world differently from most people anyway. But we were talking, and I sent her a happy Valentine's message. She doesn't celebrate, but she's like, "Thank you." And we were talking about family business, and she'd said, "Hey, can you basically step into my shoes around X, Y, and Z?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I'd offered. And then the next day she's like, "Hey, you said this." And I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "That would be cool." And I said, "Absolutely. It's an honor." And I am really, truly honored because if you were to ever meet and know my sister, she's a very strong woman, and she doesn't, I don't know if she really asks for help like that, like with my mom maybe, but like she's the one that's giving. And so for her to even surrender that to me, I'm like, wow. And it's an honor. It's around family stuff and her son. And so my son is no longer here on this earthly plane. And her and my son just really got on. She gets on with my daughter, I get on with her daughter. So we've got, 2 children. And so for her to say here, she's out in the States and he's over here, is massive. Like to step in her shoes as such, not really, you know what I mean? But that for me was just really, really big. And I said to her, you know what? I will do the things the way that I know that you would want them done, meaning not imparting my beliefs on that. That's, excuse me, so family influence. I love my nephew anyway. Like, he's just amazing. He's an amazing young man. She's raised him so beautifully. And so to have that was just a real honor. And I said, you know, I know if I say I'm going to take it on, follow it through, do the thing, do the da 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 da. She's like, you know me. I said, yeah. And that's just so beautiful. It's just because I say Soul Sisters online, and you know, we haven't always had the closest bond in our relationship, but there's an honor and there's a respect there. And you know, she said over the time, like, I'd love for our relationship to be better, and I would love for our relationship to be better. And it's not because we've tried to make it awful. It's just it's been what it's been. Um, and so my soul tribe often have the experience where they're placed in the family, or they place themselves in the family, where they feel like the black sheep, they feel like the odd one out, they feel like the misfit, they feel like they don't fit in. So our monthly call was, I remember being on a coaching call, investing in coaches way back in the day, and them saying that they admire my tenacity, excuse me, and their calls were like a ridiculous time in the morning for me, early hours, like 2 a.m. And I got on some of those calls, but I had to stop working with them because I couldn't afford it. I was going through a messy divorce, etc. Excuse me. And that's when I made my vow. When I figured this out, I would share it far wide and deep and never let anybody be outpriced who needed my services. And I've honored that. I've kept my word, and I've kept my word in my book because I share everything in the book. But I also have a free, no, it's not free, it's a $55 course, which I gift all readers of the book. And I've had students that say, this is worth 500, you should charge 500. I'm like, no. And not everybody gets it, but I do. And so I wanted to honor that. And anyway, so those coaches, they were teaching authentic marketing years ago now. And they had said, one of the things that they thought that I stood for was community. And I'm like, yeah, because I felt so isolated. And here I am, oh gosh, it must be 15 years ago. Um, 15 years ago. And here I am still standing for community, building out my soul tribe and those relationships. It matters. And then years after, they'd partnered up with another coach that I'd invested in. And it was really nice to hear them. I don't think they even remembered me or really acknowledged that, but it was fine. And it was like, oh my gosh, that, you know, it was a couple actually. So maybe that has actually impacted me, not even knowing, because at the time I was going through a messy divorce, and I was working with them. They're called Paige and Brian, and then they partnered up with Suzanne Evans of Hell Yeah. So I invested in, and she had 100K in 100 days or something like that. And now I've got the bank 50K in 50 days. So you know what you invest in and who you are around matters. Those relationships have an impact, and you don't even realize all the time. And I'm taking this time to reflect, and I'm like, okay, what else has been going on with me? I never know what I'm going to say, but I was like, okay, what else? So soulmate, soul daughter, my daughter, she's just epic, she's doing amazing. My mama, like, I'll just check in with her, and I said to her, oh, Valentine's, like, I'll try not to cry. I said to my mum, you know, I'm so happy and grateful that the Valentine's, what I remember of Valentine's Day. And she said that she said that to my nephew, and he started laughing. That she used to get me a card from my son until he was about 7, a Valentine's card. I don't even know where she got that idea, but like, I raised him on my own. He didn't know his dad until he was 5. And she'd get me a card from my son, and I was like always just so blessed. Like, there's so much love between us, and I will try not to cry. I think I'm gonna cry. And my son would say, "Mum, you wait." Yeah, there's just so much love. So Valentine's Day is not just that romantic love for me. And she said, and I messaged her and I said, that's what I really remember. That's the greatest like gift that she could have given me. And she said, you know, she was telling my nephew, And I said, when my son got to like 7, she stopped sending me the cards because he could make them at school. She knew that would make them at school and give it to me. I remember he got to 7. I rang her. I was like, Mum, I didn't get my card because she lives in my hometown, like 200 miles away. I was like, I didn't get the card in the mail. Like, where's my card? She's like, girl, I didn't send you a card. Like, Donald can make you a card. I was like, oh, I was horrified. I was like, you didn't send me a card for real? Oh, and my eldest brother was there with his partner at the time, and they were like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why is Mum sending you a card for Daniel? But it was just so beautiful. Such a lot of love, a lot of love. Yeah, and just the people around me, like, I'm very blessed and very lucky. What else? Oh, my ex of 7 years, a soulmate connection, more of a one that caused friction than smoothness. And he'd be like horrified and heard me say that. He'd reached out to me. I reckon it was kind of probably around the Valentine's stuff. You have history with people. And I told him about writing the book on soulmates, which is, again, which I'll share on my spiritual dating YouTube channel. And I am. It's like that soulmates waiting for the one. It's called Waiting for the One, Soulmate, Soul Sex, and Marriage, the ultimate guide to soulmate attraction, sacred sex, and a magic marriage. That is what I wanted to have. And I know that when I was in union with that soulmate, he'd said, I wish I'd have supported you more in your business. I should have supported you more. He didn't get it. And that was one of the times where I would have been going for an awakening, didn't know what it was. But I was judged. I was judged by my ex-husband, which is, he's come again full circle back into my life, not as really being present in my life, but enough to watch my lives, but to really help and support me, not in this last week, but again, those romantic relationships and the people that you choose to be in relationship with really matter. And they're 3 significant relationships that I've had over the last 15 years and more, that have impacted how I show up now. And again, maybe seeing Paige and Brian and talking about authentic marketing in their journey and them coming together, I knew it was possible. I knew it was possible to have a healthy relationship. So he came into my sphere this week. What else? Kinship fostering. For those of you who don't know, I was a kinship foster carer for a year. That ended last August. It's now February. For my great nieces and nephews. Again, relationships just mean the world to me. And so the kinship charity has come into my world, and the group is actually now, they're running the group in my old not hometown, the place that I was living, which it wasn't at the time, and now it's there. And I'm like, okay, well, I do want to go, but I've had to put it on hold and pause. Compassionate Friends. I have not actually volunteered as yet, but I have someone that I will volunteer with. So that's pretty cool. What else? I think that's it for me and my life. Again, apart from, soul clients and stuff, which I'll talk about on Sunday. Would love to know when you reflect back on your relationships. Oh, and the relationship with me, obviously. Excuse me, as I've set more intentions and come back online, just pausing. And again, I'll talk about this on Health Freedom Tuesday, a lady of 50, and my cycle and those times, and just pausing and just recharging, and again, integrating a relationship and seeing where that would fit, and our schedules, and him saying, sharing our schedules, which was just so beautiful for me. And I said, I've just updated my schedule. And it actually includes my daily, like, looking after me, looking after my body, looking after my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, my spiritual health, all the things. And it feels really, really good. I realized today, like, I've been working out and I am on point with it. And I realized today just the whole self-care, because one of the things that we talk about often is as light workers is our self-care routine goes out the window. We serve everyone else, excuse me, or when we've got kids, it's like everybody comes first. And so I've been able to really, and I suffered burnout from looking after 3 children under 5, twins, a 2-year-old, and they were 4, right, when they came to me. Beautiful souls. But you give, right? And so burnout lasts a long time, and I can say that I'm over it. But over it in terms of living intentionally. I went through a spiritual awakening, and I came back to my own spiritual ascension tools, which is living intentionally and setting intentions daily in these 7 areas and raising my own vibration. So I'm literally like cleansing, creaming my skin with cocoa butter. I've got a scar there from a bite. I was like, dude, that's got to go. Just really like nurturing all of my body, head to toe, like massaging my scalp when I put my hair products in, which, I'd skipped. I didn't even get dressed. I didn't get washed for days, like literally looking after these kids. The social worker would come. I'm like, I'm in my jammies, like, oh, crazy. But just going back to and growing my nails and creaming, and every time washing my hands from going to the bathroom, not that you need to know that, but moisturizing my hands again, just little things, and moisturizing my lips, and creaming my feet. And I'd done the foot spa on the putting my feet in the thing on Tuesday for Health Freedom, and I'm just like being really mindful and really connecting with my body, and working out, and just I know that my body is changing, and a lady at 50 just embracing all of that. That is such a beautiful way. As on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, I talk about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow, and addressing each area of your life. How are you launching your day in alignment with your own vision? I have a vision to live to 100, and I really want to take care of myself. So me, like, setting that intention and following through with it just feels amazing. I've got little alarms. I've got it on my online calendar, like that relationship with me to enhance that. Because when we fill our own cup, we've got more to give, right? Excuse me. And that's what I teach as well. So it just feels really beautiful to really, really nurture and take care of myself and be present in the moment with me. It just feels epic. And I stopped doing it. And we do. And we've got stuff going on. Like, what's your relationship with you? So when you think of the next segment for the Seven Freedoms Frequency, although we're 42 minutes in, how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day in terms of the relationship with you. I am now launching my day, doing my soul work. Although I set my alarm, right? I've done alarms at 333, 444, 555. I've set it back to 444, and I'm not used to it. I started it yesterday, and I got up yesterday, and I was like, oh, this feels amazing. I've got 3 hours of my soul work scheduled into my calendar before I do anything. Like, no other morning routines, no skincare, no meditating, nothing. It's soul work. 3 hours pure soul work. It's beautiful. And I'm making sure I'm drinking my peppermint tea. And I thought, oh, this is what I teach. And this is what I had done as part of my soul legacy journal exercises. How do you launch? What is your ideal work day? What is your ideal light work day and lifestyle day? And I was like, oh, this is amazing. So drinking my peppermint tea, doing my soul work, launching my day in that way just feels amazing. So it's scheduled, right? How do you launch your day in terms of the relationship with you? I want to build the relationship, my soul calling. That's the biggest relationship for me. Like honoring my soul purpose. So on the Seven Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, that call, I have you see where you want to contribute, when. And I know that from my mastermind call last night, I know that when you're working a day job or a night job, I call it a soul-sucking day job because it sucks the life out of you. You don't feel in alignment with staying there when you're a spiritual entrepreneur, a light worker, or a service-based business owner. Not all of us. And I'm talking about spiritual business success. So if you don't have a business, that's fine, but I do. And my audience, my soul tribe, want to have a business, right? And so, and transition to working online. So it's like I've set at 4:44. So when I got up, so I didn't want to get up this morning, right? I was like, oh, I'd done weights last night. I'd done the insanity recovery, and then I added weights, like only 15 minutes of dumbbell weights into my routine. So it knocked me out, right? So I didn't want to get up this morning. I was like, oh no. And I didn't. I didn't get up as early as that. I'm like, okay, feel it in. I give myself the gradual, the grace. And then when I woke up, literally, I opened Facebook, not to just scroll mindfully, not unmindfully. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. I use it intentionally. So I'm doing my call list. That's why I had this window open, and the lady messaged me, soul sister messaged me. Excuse me. So I was like, the first thing that I saw was a post, and I reposted it on my Facebook profile, and it said something like wake, oh, you're being distracted again, wake up, or something, and it had 444. And I was like, holy noted, noted. So that was lovely. So how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. For me, when I do, and the lady, the soul sister that I mentioned, she said, well, I'll come into the calls, but I'm just like sorting out my own schedule and getting used to the Google Calendar. And I was like, yeah, because that's what I do. That's what I teach, because I know that sometimes we've got to clear things in our schedule to actually allow for the things that we really want to experience. Excuse me. So I'm launching my day in that way. And then I have my call with my dude, with my man. And I carve that into my day. I was like, look, you're even in my schedule for real. And it's beautiful. We have that time. We've cut it shorter than we've had in the last 2 weeks. And again, that's why I was off. We were having like we were talking like 2-3 hours a day, and call it was just amazing. Excuse me, to get to know each other before we got to the boyfriend girlfriend thing, and deciding we're dating for marriage and all the things. And it was just beautiful. And so it's like, okay, well, we can have this much time. He works nights, so he's going to go to sleep. So it's like we can't be talking for 3 hours. We'd literally talk all day, I think. So that's my time. Again, relationship. So I've got these colors. So the light blue represents Relationship Freedom Friday. And as one of my mastermind students, my soul sister, she said, oh, your chakra colors. And I didn't do that intentionally with the 7 freedoms. But one of our soul guided instructors was talking about chakras, and our current soul guided instructor will talk about chakras. And I love that it's in alignment. Hey, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know if you're new to me. And give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's Relationship Freedom Friday, and I'm just talking. I'm just supporting you and raising your vibration, hopefully. So I'm talking about how I launch my day, lead my day, and leave my day in my routine. And so far, it's soul work, 3 hours of soul work, pure soul work in the morning. How do you launch your day? And then talking to my dude, it says breaking my fast. So I'll have my oats. Again, the relationship with me is primary, paramount. So I've got oats, blueberries, some peanut butter, and food combining, and fasting, having a fasting window. The fasting window has opened up to the morning now because I'm working out, so I need fuel. Normally I'd skip breakfast, but I'm not. I'm having it now so I could do my workout. So I'm having oats and blueberries and organic peanut butter and sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds and chia seeds and flax seeds. Oh, it just is amazing. And with my herbal tea. Then after I talk to, and I'm eating while I'm speaking to him, so I'm multitasking. It's like chomp chomp. And then I'll do my workout, my insanity. That's 6 days a week. And then I will get washed and do the whole creaming and put my makeup on. I'll make sure I've creamed my skin and my lips before I put it on. Just feels epic. And then I'll do my daily walk and I'll listen to the book. The book that I listened to today was The 5 Love Languages. If you don't know the 5 Love Languages book, I mean, literally get it. And having a relationship and sharing what my love language is powerful. And it so happens that our love languages are very similar. That for me opens up communication in a way that is just, that's why we spend so much quality time over this last few weeks because our love language is quality time. And then mine is, it's both of ours is quality time first. And then my second one is physical touch. It used to be words. It's physical touch and then words, which surprised me. And then his is words and then physical touch, I think. And then ours is acts of service. And then both of ours is 0 for gifts. And so being able to, if you don't know your love language, I talk about this book all the time. Please get it. There's a love languages for singles, love languages for couples, love languages for men. I'm going to get in the men's book, actually. Yes, I'm going to order that in a minute. And and the address. Okay, cool. Let me do that. Okay. All right, cool. I'm going to order the 5 love languages today. All right, so 5 love languages. As I mentioned, physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, and what else did I say? Acts of service, physical touch, words of affirmation, or quality time. Anyway, those 5. So when you understand what your love language is, you can communicate that to all of the people around you. And everyone that I know has taken the love languages, like my soul daughter, my daughter, and their partners, and some of my friends. And I've said to my sister what her love language is, and it does surprise you sometimes. It might surprise you of your own. And when I've gone on dates, I've asked just about everyone to do the 5 love languages before we go on a date. Even I'm like, because I can't speak the love language of gifts very well. I'm just not a good gift giver. I said that, and my daughter's like, "You are." I'm like, "Well, I'm not a good gift receiver either most of the time." So sometimes it makes me emotional. I'm grateful. But anyway, 5 love languages, we're able to communicate. And so I expressed gratitude today. And if you ever watch this, you know, I express gratitude because we were saying that we don't ever want to get complacent in our relationship. And I said, no, I don't. And he's like, I didn't even want to say that word. And I said, well, I'll say it for you. I chose the word complacent. I said, I said grateful. Or he said grateful. I said, yeah. I said, I express gratitude every day, which I will do in a second. And I devoted my gratitude to him today. And because he hasn't learned what the love languages are and words and blah, 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 all the rest of it. His response, I had a second part of my message, and his response was short and cutting. And I was like, dude, you didn't even read my message, because we spoke on the phone and he hadn't read it. And I was like, read the message. And they're long messages, and long messages put people off. I get it. But it was a really heartfelt message. So it's like, okay, I might be dating I'm dating for marriage. I'm in a relationship for marriage, but I also know that it's going to take work. I've been in enough relationships to know to be intentional. He's getting the book. You're getting the book. He's definitely getting the book. But we've been talking about relationships and all the things. It's just been really amazing to connect with somebody so deeply who gets it, who has a mind. He likes my mind. That's the person that said, I love your mind. Every person that I've been in a relationship said, I love your mind. And I'm like, I want to love your mind back. Fortunately for me, I love his mind. Most of it. He'd say, like, if you saw all parts of my mind, you'd be like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to know all parts of your mind. Thank you. But the 5 love languages is just beautiful. That's the book that I listened to today on my walk to coming here. Then this is part of my day, doing my daily live contributing, sharing my business and talking, right? Spending quality time with you. And then what have I got after? Then I've got a one-on-one, which I don't normally do one-on-one coaching calls, but I've been doing that, working with my beautiful, beautiful soul sister and our soul guided instructor. That's just gone by really quickly. That's just the most beautiful relationship that I have in my world at the moment. It's just lovely. And thank you for your support and your love and just showing up and just being you. And you know, we've been through, she said, you know, she's had a rough couple of weeks, which she shared on her profile, her Facebook profile, a lot of losses, and she supports people in transitioning to the other side, and supports other people in, making that transition. And she's just been such a beautiful soul in terms of knowing that she's got angels on the other side, but actually using that as fuel to leave her legacy. It's just absolutely amazing. Right, beautiful. And yeah, it's just been really, really amazing. So relationships, my niece. Yeah, it's just been really lovely. And so I've got that call, and then I had my mastermind call yesterday. Then I will do some more soul work, and then I will break my second fast. I don't have a second workout today. I will do weights every other day, and then I will end my day. So how I launch my day, lead my day, and leave my day, doing it with ease, grace, and flow. I've just put in a guided meditation. That's on being a billionaire, because I don't. And I was talking to my partner about. He said, how did you sleep? And blah blah. And I said, well. And I said, yeah, I did. He got a message from me. It was quite late, and I said, yeah, I had the mastermind till 10. And I said, I've put in the meditation, and he's learning my routine and stuff. And he said, oh, I can't even do the meditation. I don't even want my mind to be that quiet for that long. I said, that's how I feel. When he was in India, he was talking about meditation years ago, I think. And I didn't know that. I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I even tried yoga and stuff. It doesn't. And I've tried it. Maybe we might do it. I don't know. Are you up for it? Maybe we might do it. But I put that on my love list to manifest my man, my love list. I've got to look through my love list today and see just how much of this love list he's ticked off, because I did have the yoga and stuff. I wrote my love list 2 years ago. Again, I wrote a love list and manifested my twin flame after a week, and this one has taken me 2 years to manifest, but I'm actually going to have a look at that. But yeah, I was shocked today that he said that. So how I leave my day now is for the guided meditation. So I'm not someone that wants to sit there and meditate for hours. So I found a meditation on being a billionaire. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I have I'm Diamond Made, a mastermind retreat. I'm Diamond Made, so guided billionaires in the making. I'm like, I'll start that now. And I have I'm Diamond Made, so guided millionaires in the making. So I did a tapping. Usually I do the tapping from Margaret Lynch on 50K. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to do, it's a Brad Yates one on 1 million. So I'm leaving my day in terms of a guided meditation. Excuse me. Hey, welcome. Let me know who you are and where you're watching. I'm going to be hopping off soon. I've been on almost an hour. It is Relationship Freedom Friday. So thank you for spending this time with me. And I love this episode. So if you do want to go back, if you do want to subscribe to the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, then you can do on YouTube. And if you're already a subscriber, then thank you. So meditation. So my guided meditation is about being a billionaire. I love it. It was really cool, actually. And just it was about visualizing as well, because I wanted to find a visual one to visualize. I wrote that on my calendar earlier this week, and I found one, and I didn't set billionaire, but it's like visualizing, and it walks you through visualizing where you are and in being in your bed. And I was like, yes, in my barn conversion, which my partner wants to actually build. Who's going to manifest a husband that wants to build you the barn conversion? Like, oh, yes. Who is capable of building the barn conversion, actually? I'm like, oh, how exciting. So I was like basking in it's like, who are you with and and now I can really see the barn. I literally can see it, and I can, it was an amazing visualization. And then the tapping for 1 million. So the releasing any emotions, any resistance, any what have you. I have built, and I talk about this in my book. If you haven't read it, I love it. I just love the model. I call it a high paying soul client funnel formula. And I've built $1 million a year business model, which can help you build your business in ease, grace, and flow. And I just love it. So I was doing my tapping on that. And then I was reading a book called Make It Happen. I don't have it here because it's on my bed. It's called Make It Happen by Jordana Levin, Manifest the Life of Your Dreams. And I actually, thank you for the love. And I actually I'm so in alignment with my soul guided instructor. She's amazing. And she said, I said, oh, I'm reading a, I don't even know why I ended up just saying I'm reading a book because I don't normally read in the day. But on Valentine's Day, I took the day off of working. And I was like, I'm just going to sit and read a book. And my partner rang me and he's like, are you ready? And I'm like, yeah. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. He's like, are you crazy? I'm like, no, I'm ready, but I'm going to read. And I said to her, I'm reading this book. And she said, no way, I have that book and I haven't read it. I was like, yeah, sorry for telling you business. But I'm like, no way. And it's like, yes, cosmic twinning. And it's because I sent her an image of the page. It's not a screenshot, an image of the page. It says cosmic energy. And I was like, you're everywhere. I didn't even notice the words at cosmic energy. She's got her community talking about cosmic inner healing tools. And I'm just like, yes. So she said, I've got the book. And she said, but I haven't read it. And I was like, oh, manifest the life of your dreams. That book talks about all of what I'm sharing. Oh, I just love it. Anyway, I'm so excited. Can you tell? This is my work, y'all. This is my soul work. I'm going to pull the card for the day and actually calm down. Then I'm going to do gratitude. I'm going to pull the card. We're going to do gratitude, and I'm going to invite you to the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. And if you have resistance around banking 50K in 50 days, do tapping. All right? I'm just saying. All right. So the card that I pulled for today, let me know where you're watching and who you are, because I can see you watching. And I don't know if you're new to me or if you're one of my soul tribe. Or you're my soul tribe if you're here for longer than a minute, you're part of my soul tribe, right? Relationship building. So this is Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. I pull a card every single day, and I was shuffling, and I tapped it, shuffled, tapped it. It said, it's Relationship Freedom Friday. Let's see which Keeper of the Light comes up. Again, welcome. So Horace, when I show cards, when you guys are scrolling, there's more people that stop to see the card, and then you scroll off afterwards. So, all right, let's see. Horace, Cosmic Gateway. See? Cosmic. Again, she's everywhere. She literally is. She's just such a beautiful girl. Cosmic Gateway, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Can you see that? Horus is an Egyptian eagle-headed god and sun twin flame of the goddess Isis. He's known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us move into the cosmos within our mind. Oh, meditations. Yes, because normally I'll read, I've had this card before. Normally I'll read it and I'm like, dude, I'm not meditating. I can say I'm ending my day with a meditation. Can I get an amen? Yes. Meditations and prayer. And I prayed the other day. I got on my knees. I shared that as well. And prayers so that we can harness the natural magic that surrounds us. He was known for ritual magic in the past, and now he helps create pockets of energy. My head feels swimmy. I just felt like really swimmy then. Magic in the past, and now he helps create pockets of energy in the world where we can access light, wisdom, and insight. Oh my goodness. Wow. Spirit is like, and I say that because our lead soul guided instructor, we've just been doing work together, and we've been talking about her monthly calls being the cosmic inner wisdom call. And I just absolutely love that. I literally can feel, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it. Oh man, she's going to love this. Wow. If you are seeing the symbol of an eye appearing around you, know that Horus is asking you to become aware of how you are influencing energy around you and how it is in turn influencing you. Extended message. You are connected to the universe and have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Yes. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets, drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. I'm going to read that bit again. Your thoughts, your words and your actions, that's what we're talking about, living an intentional life. That's why I'm here daily, because we have thoughts and our words, we speak, soul speak into existence, and we take actions every single day. It matters. They're like magnets drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You are a stellar gateway. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it. You have a real opportunity to further that connection now by sending prayers and intentions into the cosmos. Oh my gosh, yeah, I cannot wait to get on the call later, because that is exactly what we'll be doing. All right, sorry. Okay, we're going to do gratitude together, right? Let me know where you're watching from. Please don't just watch me and not comment, because it's off-putting. Let me know. And if you are commenting and you're watching this in the Soul Legacy Academy, then let me know, right? Because yeah, it's off-putting. I was like, I don't want to be stared at. I know that some of you multitask and do all the things, but do say hi or let me know on the replay. And if you're multitasking, that's fine, but I'd love for you to be present. I'd rather you watch on the replay than get it. That's how it feels. All right, so 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast. We're going to say gratitude the 7 Freedoms Frequency way. Although I have devoted my daily gratitude to my dude, and he missed it. And then he rang me, and I'm like, if I take your call, I'm going to be late for my podcast. So the way that we say gratitude, and this is the way that I said it today already, is I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. I'm happy and if that's you, like, stop watching me. he said that he's not like seen me online and stalked me. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate. And if that's my ex-husband, like, stop watching me. I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate. We're going to bring in the 7 areas. We've got to have fun, right? Bring in the 7 areas of our life. So 7 Freedoms Frequency, the intentional living code, cheers to financial freedom frequency. My intention with this YouTube podcast is for me to do my video journal, my own processing, so I can show up as the best version of me. Journal. The journal is a companion journal to my book and to my work. My students say to me, Iona, I'm going to take notes. I'm like, yeah, do that. So write these down in your journal if you want to. I like soul speaking into existence, every single area. So contribution freedom, health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, which is today, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. Now, the way that we bring the energy and raise our vibration, sometimes if you've got a block, say, like for your relationships, like you don't have a romantic relationship, or like somebody's doing your head in, whatever it is, or you feel frustrated, whatever, you might be like, oh, that's just blocking me. But when you think of other areas of your life that are going really well, and you express, it raises the vibration of you. So in turn, it raises the vibration of all areas of your life. How cool is that? The same vein is if you allow one area to really like stick you down and have you stay stuck, it impacts other areas of your life. So that's why I say, let's do gratitude and bring the energy of the 7 Freedoms Frequency. Hopefully you get that, right? I know I repeat myself, but sometimes it's warranted, because sometimes my students say, oh, I get it now. Do you know what I mean? And I'm okay with repeating myself. Like, repetition is key. All right. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. Now, it might be something in the past, might be something in the present, or it might be something in the predicted future. Meaning being on your vision board. Now, again, if you haven't done the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge with me, hopefully you will. And the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, which I'll invite you to, because it matters. And so raising our vibrational frequency aligns our movement, our message, and our money. All right. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate, in order for our vision to manifest, we need to be at the vibrational frequency of our vision. And if you don't have a vision board and you're not clear on a vision, know that you're not giving a clear sign and clear intentions out into the universe. This is not Iona Meade that made it up. It's the universal laws. This is a law of vibration. I'm a law of vibration teacher. All right. I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate contributing on the monthly call. And actually, for the spiritual women entrepreneurs and light workers, networking call, and for the spiritual biz YouTubers, network for YouTube podcasting partnerships, right? Now, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that I can run that call, give the link out, and people can then just schedule, and I'm wherever. I love that. Excuse me. And I love that somebody would find that so valuable, a soul sister would find that so valuable that they would spend their time with me and spend their time to come and connect, co-create and collaborate. So I'm really happy and grateful for that I've had that idea. And years ago, it was about community for me. And it still is about community. It still is about relationships for me. Staying true to that. This is not new. All right. Happy and grateful for that. Happy and grateful and appreciate. I am happy and grateful and appreciate health. Oh, yes. This, having all of the toiletries, all of the everything that I need to bask and take care of my skin, take care of my health, have the fuel, have the knowledge to know what food to fuel my body with, to food combined to nourish my body, the vitamins, just my workout, my weights that came, to have the finances to be able to do that. Absolutely epic. I love it. And that my partner values health in the same way and join the gym. Sorry for talking out your business, but I'm like, yes, the compatibility. Because when I said that I wanted to be in a relationship, after being in the relationship with my twin flame union, I was like, okay, living an intentional life is important to me. Let's be on the same page, like at least be in the same book. So, like, you can't be saying, oh, I love your body and then letting yourself go. It's not the look. So I'm really happy and grateful that we're going on this journey together. Yay. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotional freedom. That I can express myself to everyone, to him, and him get it and understand and hold space for it. I love that. I love feeling like somebody's got my back and it's a safe space to say how I feel. I love that. Happy and grateful and appreciate. And all the laughter, my cheeks hurt. Like he makes me smile so much and makes me laugh so much. It's lovely. Yeah, it's really lovely. I'm happy and grateful. And when my daughter's friend saw us, that wasn't planned. She's like, you look so happy. I love that for you. I love that. And that was his intention. He's like, I want that. I want that for you. I want that for us. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the environment the environment that I'm in. Staying with my sister-in-law, it just feels lovely. And every single week, I just clear it up. And it's just been really lovely. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationships. The relationship that I help with. Okay, beautiful. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the relationship with my niece. She's pretty amazing. I've known her since she was 4 years old, so that just feels really special. Happy and grateful and appreciate relationship with you and the love that I've had on this live. Thank you. Happy and the comments that you guys have made. It really lit me up. And thank you for the comment on my vision board challenge. Again, I do that live annually in December, and it's now February, and I've created it as a YouTube challenge. And again, I'll leave the links around the cards and the show notes, and that you guys can still go through it as to support you. And so I had a comment on it yesterday, which I love. And I had a comment on the live yesterday. My channel is a small channel right now. And so growing it, I wanted to grow it and be able to sustain the relationships, right? Like we said, I talked about the fellow YouTube creator who didn't feel like she could sustain the relationships and the business model. This is for me first. This is for me first. So I'm happy and grateful that you guys are on this journey with me. The relationship with my masterminders, them like partnering together, seeing students partner up has been amazing. I love that. I love, 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 love that. And I love offering those open office hours for you guys to just be here with me and be on your journey. I'm so honored and blessed that you allow me to be my tough love ass, my tough love self in your world. Because I'm like, I am very tough love, and I know I am. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate soul guidance, spiritual freedom, the ease, grace, and flow in which my relationship has manifested. And yeah, it's like a pinch myself. It's like a pinch myself. I feel a deep peace. Yeah, I feel a deep peace. And for me, that feels very spiritual. It feels very intentional. It feels very the relationship that I have with my higher self, soul, source, that trust that things will manifest, leaning in and trusting that the universal laws, trusting, knowing what they are, is epic. Happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom, receiving money for giving my gifts, for I'm receiving money for all of the 180 masterminders that I have in the Soul Legacy Academy, and all of the students that I'm able to support in writing their books and publishing their books with the Soul Legacy TV Press to manifest that million in my business. Epic. So when I was tapping on the million, I know what that takes. I know what that is. 180 mastermind, and I might add that 180 students, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the funnel of launching and leading and leaving my day. And again, I'll talk about this on Financial Freedom Sunday. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate if you tapped on manifesting a million, would you know the model, the business model that you would create to manifest that, the fair energy exchange? So I've talked about in this episode, in this YouTube podcast, contributing and financial freedom. I know what that is. Do you know the steps? So I know if I have 180 mastermind students, and I've got passive income streams as well, but if I have 180 students in my mastermind, boom, that's a million. The mastermind's already set up. And so I have 4 days in a month where I will serve. And then we'll have breakout rooms. Then we'll have team to serve my mastermind students. It's there. The container is there. So again, when I talked about the YouTube creator that had not thought out the model in terms of she was adding more things, adding more events, and adding her mastermind, which she ended up refunding her students for her mastermind because it was just too much. I'm like, bring it. 4 days in the month, that's 40 hours, 4 10-hour days. I'm like, absolutely, yes. It just lights me up. It's 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. 2 middle Tuesdays and Thursdays of the month. I love it. I love it so, 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 so much. So I'm happy and grateful for the financial freedom. And I'm happy and grateful to share the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. So I said, come to the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. Come to my masterclass. In this book, The Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencer's Compass to Leverage Your Lightwork and Lifestyle on YouTube. There are many of you that have told me, Iona, I want to create a YouTube channel. I don't have time to create a YouTube channel. I don't know what I'm doing on video. I have a fear of camera, blah, 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 blah. but you're doing video on other social media platforms, and you can literally repurpose your YouTube video to be on other platforms. Now, if you look on my Twitter, you'll see this. If you look on LinkedIn, if I can bother sharing it, you'll see this. I will share it. If you look on Telegram, you'll see this. If you look in my Soul Legacy Academy, you'll see this. If you look in my Facebook groups, you'll see this. If you look at... So it's a software called StreamYard. I'm streaming out on the socials. Right now, technology allows you to stream video. It's there for a reason, right? So get the book and leverage your Lightwork and Lifestyle on YouTube. Right, I'm just saying. Come to the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. I will do the Soul Income game. Now, this journal is a magical journal. Again, so as the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy and host of the Soul Legacy TV, I talk about the Soul Legacy Journal. This is me launching, leading, and leaving my soul legacy. 365 days of your spiritual awakening story. So I call it a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. So this journal is the companion journal to my book. So this is what I teach. Publish a book and then have your readers create a readership community and have your readers support your readers, not only walk your talk and actually implement what you're doing, but have my guys welcome. Let me know where you're watching from and give me a thumbs up. And thank you for sharing this out. My guys take notes from me anyway. So I'm like, okay, let me give you direction on how to implement what I'm teaching you. So this 7 freedoms frequency and the vision board, we have a big vision, right? We put it on our vision board. We don't just leave it there. Yes, we let go of the vision, but we need to then meet the vision and the universe halfway in terms of taking that soul guided action. So this is what we do. And as light workers, service-based business owners, spiritual entrepreneurs, oftentimes, you know this, we tell the story, I'm not worthy, I feel like an imposter, I don't know if I can earn the money, I don't know if I can do all of these things. It says Facebook user. If you want to type your name or give StreamYard permission, I would love that. I began on the 4th of January and I got used to investing 1K. I cheat though, I bask a lot. Is that Yaz? You began doing the Bank 50K on the 4th of January. Have you? Hey, love it. And I want to create a movement. So do you know the book? Stay there. It's Yaz. I thought so, Yaz. And the reason why I can tell is because of I have an art group now, but I'll catch soon. Oh, you've got an art group. I was going to say, have you got the book Asking It Is Given? So the thank you, Yaz, for just popping in. The book Asking It Is Given, there's a game in there called the Prosperity Game, and I talk about moving from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. And they have where they have you spend vibrational money. Basically, they don't call it vibrational money, I called it vibrational money, and I give you a vibrational money voucher, and they say spend 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You have, of course, I have your book. Thank you, Yaz. If you can leave a review, even read the first chapter and leave a review, I would love that. This book, I mean, stay there. Asking It Is Given. Hang on. This book, Asking It Is Given. Look, I even coloured in on it. That's bad, isn't it? They have the Prosperity Game. So I adapted that game in that process to make sense for me. And there's another game by a guy called Frederick Lerman, and he has the Prosperity Consciousness audio tape. In fact, I will listen to that on Sunday. Anyway, so I was like, let me do my own. So that's where I got the Bank 50K in 50 Days idea from. I wanted it to be doable. I wanted to see, okay, well, if I was to make 50K, what would I sell for that 50K? Now I've got the book as passive income. I've got the $55 course. I've got a 12-week boot camp, which is $555. And my co-author book series that's attached to that. And I've got the mastermind, which I mentioned. So if I was to bank 50K in 50 days, I can visualize, okay, $55 for my course. That's 900 people enrolled in there. That's a lot. Okay, bootcamp 555. That's 90 people in there. to bank 50K in 50 days. Okay, mastermind, that's 9 people in there in 50 days. So I literally will support you in banking for 50K in 50 days. I have a masterclass on the last Monday of the month where I support you in speaking to, serving, and signing up your high-paying soul clients online, one-to-many. That's building the relationships, a relationship with you, so you don't feel like an imposter. You do feel worthy. Excuse me. All of these things was what I wanted to do in this journal. T. Harv Eker says, the author of The Millionaire Mind, your income can only grow to the extent that you do. Robin Sharma says that your net worth will never exceed your self-worth. I take them seriously. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So this journal, we bank 50K in 50 days. You spend your vibrational money voucher every single day, as Yaz is doing. Yay! How are you feeling with it, Yaz? I know that you'll watch the replay. I'll catch up. How are you feeling with it? I love it. So you spend this 1K a day, or you carry it over to the next day. And so the bank 50K in 50 days, I challenge you to do it for 50 days. So thank you, Yaz, for taking on this challenge. And if you watch on the replay and you're new to me, then take on the challenge. Come to the monthly call and take on this challenge. I'm going to invite everyone on the Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs and Lightworkers Networking Call and the Spiritual SBYN, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, YouTube Podcasting Partnerships, to take on this challenge, because it raises your vibration and you become the version of you, the light worker that bursts light in the world, that is okay with being in service and making this a full-time job. Because if you don't receive the money, then you are not going to build the relationships and have that in your business. There's a fair energy exchange, and I wanted to heal my relationship with money, and this is how I did it. So write down what you would spend your 1K on. Now, when you have a vision board, it makes it easier to visualize. And I know that Yaz is visualizing being in Barbados. I'm visualizing being in my barn and traveling and being in Thailand with my dude, all the things. And so I'm basking. And what I did was, when I spent my vibrational money voucher, because I was put on my vision board to manifest my husband, those things were to share those things. I just love it. So spend the vibrational money voucher daily. And if you don't want to spend it daily, carry it over to the next day so you have a bigger chunk of money. So Yaz, you can do the 1K, or you can do like 2K on the next day and carry it over to the Sunday at the most. So you have 7K on the Sunday to spend. And I spend my vibrational money voucher on Sundays. So as well as adding up my vibration, we rate our vibrational frequency between a 1 and 11 daily. Mine is 11 today, relating to my relationships and my relationship with money. We add up our vibrational frequency and we add up our vibrational money voucher and we spend it. This is about the freedom frequency. It's about you visualizing freedom, having the vision of freedom, the value of freedom, and the vibration of freedom. It will change your life. I like to say, I was going to say change your vibration, change your world, but like change your life. But we're rising and residing at that chase to financial freedom frequency. We want to be at the vibration that we wish to witness in the world, in our world, because we're manifestors of our own world, right? So spend the vibrational money voucher. There's rules. You tie 10%. You to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is Compassionate Friends for Bereaved Parents, and that's a charity, an organization. I am a bereaved parent. I dedicate my work to my son, Daniel Samuel Meade. You tie 10% every day, so, and then you spend the rest of the vibrational. Have fun with it. Have fun with being the light worker who has financial freedom. There are more of us in the world that need the financial freedom. Do you know why? Because there's a lot of dark in the world, and we are birthing light. We can tithe, we can run our retreats, we can have that life work balance, we can pour the money and use it as a tool into really great things. Who you be with money is not the money is the root of all evil. Money can be the root of light, right? Let's have that other energy. All right, so when you've done your vibrational money voucher, I invite you to schedule on, if you haven't been on my Bank 50K in 50 days, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass and the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. I invite you to it. Again, the link will be in the cards, in the show notes. It happens on the last Monday of the month here on my YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. If you subscribe, then you will get notified when I go live, right? I will share with you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients online and create that $1 million a year business model that you love. But it takes work. It takes work. It's not a quick fix because it's $1 million. Hello. But I've scheduled out my business for 7 years, and our lead soul guide instructor has just scheduled her business and scheduling her business out for 7 years as well. I'm like, yes, it's amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feeling. So I invite you. That is it. An hour and a half, because I haven't been on here for a while. I had a bit of catching up to do with relationships. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Again, I am the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. I would love to have you join me on my monthly call. I'd love to have you as a student in the Soul Legacy Academy if you resonate. I have bonus gifts for the masterclass. I have my one-page plan that will support you in building a framework and seeing the framework that I have in the book, which I talk about, and I'll share on the masterclass as well. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, here's to launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. Share your gifts and shine your light, because you are born to serve. Be blessed in your soul purpose. I will see you for Spiritual Freedom Saturday on the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. Share this out, and thank you for the love. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Be blessed, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.